So here we are at day number 21. And let's open the store and see what fun is waiting for us. Okay, so nothing is waiting for us behind door 21, but I think I might have an idea of what it is. So these dies had fallen to the bottom of my kit, and I wasn't sure what they were at first. I was looking at the dies and looking at them. I thought that maybe they were to cut out bows. And then I showed my husband, and he said that they looked like flower petals, and I think that is exactly what these were meant to create. So we're going to put together a large flower for this video today. I'm using some kind of corally looking cardstock, as well as some more Distress Oxide inks. I blended on Abandoned Coral onto the pink cardstock. Now I'm using some Rustic Wilderness on the Rainforest colored cardstock, just to add a little more interest to these petals. So let's put this card together. I cut out a circle to glue them onto because I wanted to be able to lift up the floral and figure out where I wanted to put it on the card. So I'm going to speed this up, but I'm just using liquid glue to do this. And it creates such a gorgeous flower. The small circles cut out the centers, so I'll put a piece of yellow cardstock in the center. I'll glue on one more piece of this yellow. And then I'll put this green piece on next. I decided to use the middle-sized outlines. And I cut those out with pink sand cardstock. And again, I'm going to speed this up, but I'm going to put one of these outlines on every single petal. This adds a lot of interest to the card as well. This is such a small and simple set of dies, but they create such a gorgeous flower. Here's a close-up of the finished flower. But of course, I have to put the green leaves together, and I'm using the largest outline on these. I just need 3. I'll set these aside and work on the panel that's going to go behind the flower. I'll use some salvaged patina on a piece of Dune cardstock just to add a little bit of color. The Dune cardstock is back in stock at the Spellbinders online shop. This is one of my favorites of their cardstocks, and I use it a lot. I'll pop up the flower with some foam squares. Once I get this positioned, I'm going to glue the leaves down flat. And since I didn't put foam on the very tips of these petals, it's going to be easy just to tuck them under the flower. So let's add a little bit of liquid glue. I'm going to put 2 at the bottom. And then 1, let me turn this flower a little bit, 1 at the top. I'll layer the bottom 2 leaves just right next to each other like I did with the flower petals. But I'll put this bottom one down first, and my flower isn't secured in place yet, so I can actually lift up the whole flower so that I can make sure that I butt these up next to each other. And then I can press the flower in place. And now for the sentiment. I'm going to pull out my mini MISTI so that I don't mess this up. The stamp set I'm using is called Stitched Alpha Descriptors. I'm going to manipulate the stamp set so it curves around the flower. And this sentiment says, "A note from me to you." I'll stamp that out with some VersaVine Onyx Black ink. Let me stamp it out one more time to get a nice dark impression. Now I can attach this panel onto a white card base. And then I thought this needed some really sparkly embellishments, so I pulled out some silver gems and put 2 around the sentiment and 1 on one of the petals. I really like that salvaged patina ink behind the flower. It just adds a really lovely touch to it, I think. Well, come back tomorrow for day number 22. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.